Hey, welcome back. And in this video, we're going to dive into syncing up your calendar with your tax-free tools system so that as you are promoting the tax-free tools process and the tax-free tools funnel, the leads and everything kind of come into your calendar the way that we would want them to. So with that in mind, let's jump into the system here. I'll show you what we're talking about. So here is the marketing suite. Okay, and as mentioned in other videos, we have the tax-free tool system that we've kind of plugged in here as a template and a starting point for you to use as a marketing resource and way to capture leads and bring people into your world. So we're going to click on sites here in the menu. Once we click on sites, we have the live tax-free tools training here available to you. We click on that, and here's our funnel. Okay, we can copy this domain. We copy that. We open up, let's just open up an incognito window here. I'll paste that in. Okay, and this is sitting here. Okay, and as information is entered.
Doug Andrew here.
Hey, Doug. As the name, email, and phone number is submitted, this information populates into your marketing suite. Automations fire, emails go out, and there's some follow-up systems in place. And the whole point is to get them, so if we go, let's just go through these different pages here. So registration, that's the first page. This next one is called present, is the domain. Okay, and this one is a about 20-ish minute video from Doug explaining tax-free retirement and why they might want to consider tax-free retirement. Okay, there's a sales video here or sales letter here with good strong arguments for tax-free retirement, for index universal life. Okay, and ultimately we want them getting to this page. Oops, not this page, but this page right here. Okay, and when they get to this page, they will have the option to click on and schedule an appointment here. Okay, and we want them to do this. Now, one thing that we need to make sure that happens is that when this happens, when they click on this link, when they click on this calendar set an appointment, that it actually goes to your calendar so that you know that you have a lead, you have an appointment, you got this going on. All right, and so with that in mind, how do we go about doing that? What does that process all kind of look like? Well, let's jump in. So obviously we've got our pages here, okay, but we don't actually need to do anything here. So we're actually going to go into settings, okay, and then we're going to open up under the integrations tab. Okay, and under the integrations tab, the first thing that we want to make sure that we do is that we go ahead and sign in with Google and connect our Google calendar. Click on sign in with Google. It's going to pull up a page here. I'm going to click this one because I know it's already connected. Okay, it's going to ask, hey, we want access to your account. You go ahead and hit allow. Okay, that'll process, and bam, this is now available here. So this is just a 91siders at Gmail account. Okay, so that one's there available to you, right? That's your calendar, your Gmail account linked up to the system. Okay, there's another way to do this, and this is for Outlook. I covered this in another video, but we'll go through it again here. Okay, under Profile. Okay, we click the Profile tab, and there's the Outlook calendar right here. Okay, we go ahead and hit Connect. Okay, and it's going to ask. Okay, it's already integrated by another account. So you do have to be an admin, and it has to be unique to you, right? So Outlook's a little bit more finicky than Gmail, just because of Outlook's permissions and security and stuff like that. So for Outlook to work, let me just cover a couple things. You need to be the admin, okay, or your admin needs to be a user in your system. Inside of your account here, under My Staff, you go into here and you can add in an employee and give them the ability to log in. Okay, so they need to be a user in your account. They need to be an admin on the Office 365 account. Okay, and then or the Outlook account. Okay, and then they come in here and then they can hit connect and then say consent on behalf of the organization and go from there. And then you can come in and add yours in if you're not that admin. Okay, now if let's say for example you have zero control or ability to do that, I would simply recommend you just go get a Gmail account, plug it into here, and use that. Okay. Sometimes things like that happen with softwares, and it is what it is. So this takes me to kind of the next important piece that we want to cover here, and that is your own personal settings. Okay. So if you look here, we have user availability and we got calendar configuration. Okay. So there's a couple things that we need to make sure have happen. Okay. And you notice here under primary calendar, it says here check iuinsiders@gmail.com. Okay. Generally, this will be blank. Okay, to start. So what we want to make sure that we do is we actually select which calendar should we use to sync, read, and write events to. Okay, so you choose the calendar that you're linking these events to, these calendar appointments. You're choosing the calendar that you want them to show up on. Okay, so you hit OK, click that one, you select it, and that's the one that's selected right there. All right, and then if you scroll down, we can also check on other calendars for other conflicts. Okay, so if I hit edit here, okay, I can select some additional calendars that I might have. Maybe I've got one for birthdays. Maybe I've got one for kids scheduling. Maybe I've got one for my team. Maybe I've got one for all these other things. I can check all of those different things to make sure that I don't have other conflicts in my personal life or whatever, right? So work schedule versus personal schedule, you can do that. It's pretty cool. Okay. The other thing that you can do is you can set kind of a master hours availability for you specifically. Okay. So if, let's say, for example, like, and again, you have staff, right? So everybody on your staff, if you have multiple people, can come in and do this. For you, right, you just click on profile and it's going to say available hours. Okay. And as you look here, you've got blue, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So if I uncheck these, right, now I'm only available Mondays and Thursdays between 12 a.m. and 12. So I'm available at any point during the day in that 24-hour window, Monday and Thursdays. Okay. The other thing that we may want to do is maybe change that, right? So we might want to say, hey, I'm available from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Apply all. And now that's both Mondays and Thursdays. And you know what? Hey, I want to do that on Tuesdays and Saturdays as well. Okay, so I can hit apply all again, and now I'm available 8 to 3, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or Wednesday, Friday, or whatever you want to schedule here. You just kind of plug this in and set it the way you want it set. And this will always control your personal time frames. Okay, so the layer above this is that there are different calendar appointments that you can set up. Okay, so for example, you could have a calendar that's specific for your annual review clients. Okay, but you only want to be available kind of a certain window of time for those. Maybe it's the 15th of every month, right? You block out a day, the 15th of every month. That's when you do annual reviews, because the linking dates are the next 15th. You want to have whatever times set up, right? You can do that with other calendar appointments, okay? So there's kind of two ways to set your schedule. One is at your profile level, and two is for the specific appointments that you plug into the system. So let me go show you where that is and how that works. But for this page that's here, okay, just understand, this is how we set up our Outlook calendar and calendar configurations so that the appointments actually go to our calendars, okay? So I hope that makes sense. Hope you're with me on this so far, all right? And then always make sure you hit update availability, all right? So let's go look at the actual calendars themselves and go in that route, okay? So I'm going to go over to back into the, actually I'm going to go to calendars, okay? So calendars in the menu here. And you're going to notice here, you're going to have some different options available to you, okay? So the first one, the default one, is this True Transformer one, okay? If I click on this and hit edit, all right, I come in here, and if this is the one I'm going to use, I want this linked calendar right here, okay? And it's going to show that right there. If there's not one here, it'll look like this. Go back to edit. Okay, it'll look like this, where there's no linked calendar, there's nothing linked, so just hit Google, select a calendar, and I'm going to grab iOnsletters at Gmail. Sync option. I generally will pick kind of one way. That's kind of my favorite option there. There's different things that these do. Two-way basically allows it to like talk back and forth. And let's say you add an appointment to your Gmail calendar. Well, it takes all that information, and if there's if you invite somebody to that appointment, it'll take that appointment and create a new contact in your CRM. I don't love that one because I do a lot of weird appointments sometimes. So personally, I like one way, and one way means anything that happens inside of my marketing suite, push that to my calendar, and it just goes one direction, one way. That makes the most sense to me. That's what I like to use. There's disable and smart. Disable trigger, I'm not exactly clear on what that one does or what it really means. It's really kind of it turns off all the automations, right? So you can put stuff in your calendar, but not have any automations kind of firing, okay? Other than that, that's really all I understand about it. And then smart is kind of another one where the system tries to figure this stuff out, okay? There are, down here in the bottom, there are some help documents to kind of walk you through some of those more advanced things. For simplicity's sake, we're just gonna focus on link to calendar, link to the Google Calendar that I want, or Outlook, whatever's in here, and you hit save and continue, okay? Save and continue. And, oh, sorry, let me go back. And then, you can kind of customize what these appointments kind of look like with the different things here. And then on availability tab, this is where we determine how long are my appointments and when do I want these appointments available. Okay, so you can see here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 to 4, 8 to 5, 8 to 5. Okay, so I can choose when these appointments are available to the world on my scheduler. Okay, I can put in a custom form right here. So this is what we defaulted as, the quick consult intake. Okay, that has some cool questions that we always ask for people coming in, for a quick consultation on the very front end of all of our stuff. Okay, so I hit complete, and now that is set up. So now, if I were to go to that incognito window and go to schedule, let me just show you kind of how this plays together, okay? So you can see here, I've got Monday, Wednesday, and Friday available to me kind of all day. So what would happen if I were to go back into here and hit edit, and then under availability, take off Wednesday and Friday, hit save, complete, and then come back to here, the actual page that scheduler's on, and whoops, don't do that, hit refresh. Okay, now look what just happened. Now I only have Mondays available, okay? And it's on Mondays from 11 to about 4 o'clock. 3:30 is my last one available, okay? So 11 to 4 o'clock, that's available Mondays there. Okay, so that's how that interacts. Now, let me show you another practical way that this can apply. Remember, I mentioned on the profile tab, I can turn Mondays off, right? So if I hit Mondays off and hit update availability, okay, hit OK, and refresh this, watch what's going to happen now. Okay, that is now still available, okay? But here's what's going to happen. This appointment is going to be assigned to somebody else. It's going to go to some other place, right? That's only because we have multiple users. If there's not another one, this should just kind of blank off the calendar completely. All right, so just keep that in mind. So there's some interaction levels that you need to understand with how the different calendars work and how they kind of plug and play, right? So let me actually, just for the sake of making sure that you guys understand this, I want to dive into the actual, like to a drawing pad and kind of draw this out for you. So if I go here and just kind of illustrate this, right? You have a scheduler, okay? So on your scheduler, you've got your 7 days a week and your availability, okay? So there's two ways that you can control this and what appointments get booked on your calendar. The first way is with appointments. Okay, so you can create different appointment types, meaning you can create like an annual review appointment. And you can see here, if I come back to if I come back here and go into my actual calendars again, you'll see here I have True Health Transformer, 15-minute, 60-minute, and 30-minute meetings. Okay, so if I go back to the iPad here, I've got 15, I've got 30, and I've got 60 minutes. Okay, and then I also have the True Health Transformer meeting. Okay, so that's kind of a quick consult is what that really is. Front end initial introductory session. Okay, so the first way that we can control this is we can say, hey, annual reviews, I only want available on Wednesdays. And that's it. Okay, these ones I want available Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, so those are 4 days available. And then True Health Transformers I want available Monday through Friday. Okay, or maybe you do some other mix match of how this all plays together and what this kind of looks like for you, and then you can use this however you want. Okay, so you can customize when these appointments are available at the appointment level. The other way, the second way to do this, is on your profile. Okay, meaning you as a user are only available on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, so for example, me, in the marketing world, I have a ton of projects that I'm constantly working on, and if I open my calendar up to anybody that wants to schedule with me, I now lose the ability to control my time with the different projects that I have going on. So I have to go on my calendar and block out all of those times that I don't want to take appointments on. So in my profile, I only have, I think, Tuesdays and Thursdays available, and it's a short window of time. It's just a couple hours a week, okay? Because I don't need to take calls. It's not part of what I want to do or need to do, okay? But if I wanted to, I could open that up, or I could close it down even further, right? I have that control and flexibility to control it, again, at the appointment level or on my profile, on my user, so that as the appointments coming in, the system knows where to put them and kind of what to do with them. All right. So just I want to make sure you guys understand how those two different things think, so that as you're building this out for you, it really can make sense. All right. Now I want to show you one other thing. Okay. You're going to notice here if I open this one up, okay, there's a different view here. So this looks this way, and then if I open up this other one's my calendars, if I open that up, okay, it's going to have a lot different view, and it's got all these different options here, which is cool. So I can click on 30-minute meeting, and it's got a way more, in my opinion, a slicker, unique user experience as I'm looking at this, right? It just looks nicer, feels nicer, etc. So with that in mind, okay, if you want to customize kind of how this looks on your site, then you might want to consider this. The other thing too, if you have, and I covered this in a previous video under integrations, if on the profile tab you have integrated your Zoom account, okay, you have to do this step, okay? So just keep in mind here with me, if you've integrated Zoom, this is really important for you to understand, okay? So this is why we integrated Zoom in the first place, is so that we could have unique links. We have to go through this step to make this happen. Otherwise, don't worry about this, okay? But what we can do, sorry, I clicked on the wrong button, is we go to settings, and then we go back into my calendars here, okay? What I want to do is I want to switch my default calendar, which is this one, which is the kind of the initial one that we built for you guys. Again, you can see here, this is the view that it has right now, okay? I want to switch that from this view to this calendar here, all right? So let me show you how we do that. We're going to go back, we're going to go into sites, okay, and we're going to go into the tax-free tools funnel, okay, and we're going to go to the schedule page, okay, so this is the tax-free tools training funnel. We're going to go to the schedule page, okay, and we're going to hit edit and go in here, okay. Now on this page, this is where we have the scheduler available for people to come on and book a call, right? And you can see here, this is the familiar page, the familiar calendar that we've looked at. Now, what we want to do is we want to change this. So we're going to switch this out. We're going to click on the calendar itself, and it's going to be some calendar configurations here on the bottom left. Okay, let's see how close I can, it's about as much as I can zoom in, so we'll just leave it. Okay, and you can see here, I've got a toggle for use group page. What we're going to do is we're going to click that, and now I've got a new kind of page here, right? So I'm going to go calendar, and it's going to let me kind of pick. I'm going to choose Trill Transformer. Okay, it's still going to give all these different options here, but that's okay. I don't mind that. Okay, and this is going to give them the ability to schedule any type of appointment. Now, what I would actually recommend you do is you turn off the use group page, because see how it gives them options. Okay, you can do this. I don't recommend this. Okay, I'm just showing you the different ways to set this up. I would recommend you set it up like this. You untoggle group page, go under calendar, and pick not this one. Okay, this is the default one, right? We're going to switch it to the other one, True Wealth Transformer here. And now it's got this nicer, cleaner look and feel, okay? And then you're just gonna hit save, okay? And off you go. Okay, now that, if I come back to this page here, remember, this is the view that we've had on here. If I hit refresh, watch what happens. Boom. Now I've got this nicer, newer interface that looks cleaner, looks better, and does that.
Thank you for...
Okay, thank you, Doug. All right, so you have control here. So if you like the other view better, if you think that one looks nicer, go with that one. If you like this one and you want to use your Zoom links, this is the way that you do it. This is the way that Zoom has to be configured in order for those automatic Zoom links and that Zoom integration to work with your account. Okay. Now, and if you want to give them options, you can toggle that and give them the ability to kind of schedule different times. Again, this is a funnel. We've kind of strategically taken them through these different pages. So I would really just kind of zero in. This is what I want you guys to do. Here's the page, right? So I'm going to put this back to the way we had it. Okay, as a simple configuration. All right, and that's what that looks like. Okay, now as far as calendars go, now there's other ways that you can do this as well. Let me actually go back into that editor real quick, because the other thing that you can do here is you can actually plug in. Let's say you have a Calendly that you've been using for a long time, and you don't want to move away from it. You can actually come in here and you can put in your own calendar. So the way that you would do that is you click this orange plus, and you come down here, custom JavaScript or HTML. So you grab this code thing here, you just drag that out, click on that. And it's going to say open code editor, and you paste the embed code from Calendly or Acuity or one of those other ones that are out there, Book Like a Boss. There's a bunch of them, okay? You can paste the embed code that you get out of those other systems into here, and that will show up, okay? We use this, we've done this for some of ours because we have other schedulers that we've used in the past for certain reasons. And so, we just brought that over and put it into here because that was just easier than rebuilding the whole thing, okay? So, obviously you got to do it make sense for you. So, in my opinion, you would do well to cancel your Calendly, come in, use the marketing suite that we've given you, save yourself the $20 a month on Calendly or whatever, and use this, okay? Because now you have complete control of it, and you can make a much better user experience than maybe what Calendly can do, because we have all the other automations and things available inside of the marketing suite. Everything from workflows to emails to text messages to more, right? There's a lot more that we can do because we have those controls, okay? That's how I would set it up. That's how I would configure it. But again, at a basic bare minimum level, I'll just reiterate this one more time. We go into settings, go under integrations, connect our Google account, go to our profile, and if we use Outlook, connect Outlook, or if we're using Google, we just go ahead and hit calendar configuration, plug this in, and make sure that on the calendars, okay, that the calendar has our calendar that we want linked to that appointment. All right, so even if I show this one here, hit edit, okay, I've got Bud on here, and that's going to link up to the calendar that I've got configured on my profile. All right, so that's what I want to make sure is there, and off the races we go, okay? So I hope this helps you understand calendars, why we would configure certain things certain ways, and some of the options that you have as you're building this out to help you get more leads, bring more people into your pipeline, and grow and scale your company. So thanks for watching. We're going to go to the next video here. We're going to dive into the custom values and why they're important for your system.